Hi, today we are going to present how the emerging user-generated content makes difference in fandom production, thus changing the dynamic of consuming media content. In our case, we focus on Harry Potter's fanfiction output and the connection between fandom and the original story. To discuss the fans' active participation in creating media content, we built up our theoretical foundation based on the concept of pro-usage, which means the practice of collaborative and continuous building and extending of existing content. According to Brown's research in V2, he also distinguished the new form of involvement from the traditional form of content production. More specifically, the process of conventional production is about the producers transform the raw materials into the finished product. And as for the consumers, they are totally isolated from the procedures of producing and distributing, occupying a passive position. But for the pro-usage, there are 4 characteristics mentioned in Brown's research. First, the participants are not just an individual or organization, but a broad community. Second, the producers could also be the leaders or users of content. Third, the output is not always a finished product. Instead, it could be continuously improved and developed. The last one is related to the permissive regime of engagement, which means memory is more significant than ownership. Basically, the process of pro-usage is ongoing rather than consuming a finished product. And within this background, the users are able to contribute to the improvement of the existing product. Just like in our case, the fans of Harry Potter keep expressing their passion and desire by creating new stories between existing Harry Potter characters. Okay, so what is fanfiction and why we chose Harry Potter fandom as our research case in this presentation? According to the definition, fanfiction can be considered as the unauthorized adaptation and rewriting of media text. Today, the style of fanfiction is one of the fastest growing forms of writing in the world. The Harry Potter fandom has around 500,000 works of fan-created content of fanfiction net alone. Slash fiction, for example, is a type of fanfiction with a homosexual theme. It's popular in the Harry Potter universe. Some fans have also openly suspected the sexuality of many characters in Harry Potter since they were written. And in the case of Harry Potter fanfiction, the author J.K. Rowling has shown to be relatively supportive of the scene. For example, she has more or less confirmed that the character of Dumbledore is gay, something that the fanfiction writer have long tried to establish. Also, there's one study shows that based on the small sample of answers, it seems that most slashers are indeed females and in their 20s. When it comes to sexual orientation, however, the common assumption that slashers are heterosexual is incorrect. Only 4 of the 10 describe themselves as heterosexual, and of the remaining 6 respondents, 3 describe themselves as bisexual, 2 as gay, and 1 as having no sexual preference. According to this study, only half of these were reported as students, and considering the usage of grammar and language, all slash fiction writers are well educated. And there are 2 purposes of writing fanfiction. One is because they want to add their own narrative to the story. The second one is because they want to rewrite a particular existing part of the story. Also, the intention of writing a fanfiction stems from sexual and political motives, while the first one is pushed by pure emotion and the writer seems to express their sexual desire through their characters. The second one impacts a large cause. However, the significance of both motives remain equivalent. While the book has not incorporated homosexual theme yet, the representation of homosexuality in the Harry Potter world is something a lot of readers have wanted. Hence, imagine alternative stories to support homosexual identity is largely embracing for most young readers that find literature exclusive to queer identity. To study our case of Harry Potter fandom, the user-generated content provides many advantages, but can contain various pitfalls as well. One of the most notable merits is that fanfiction has turned the passive audience into actively engaging producers of fictional content. Moreover, through the fandom's nexus of community involvement can be created. The participants take over roles valuable to their fandoms, become a part of the community, and interact with each other. Furthermore, they are operating in a democratic space where content distribution and production are more available than ever. Also, this open participation enables the involvement of every person regardless of their skills, status, age, gender, and so on, and encourages greater application of knowledge and greater socialization and democratization of the pro usage. But there are many who disagree and support that this freedom questions the reliability of the content, and in many cases may lead to vandalism of the original product. Burns has indicated that poor quality contributions are made by individual producers and that pro usage is accessible only to people with the necessary skills, infrastructure, software, and knowledge, and excludes a large majority of the global population who has little to no access to such important tools. Last but not least, fanfiction sometimes play an important role in influencing the author, but it's very common that pro usage pressure authors into producing more content or content relatable to the expectation of the fans. For example, J.K. Rowling encountered pressure from the Harry Potter fanbase for the delays with the later Harry Potter books.